Notice a couple things though that are must remembers. The single quotes must be around any text that you have. Also, there's some escape characters that we need to be aware of if we want to use greater than or less than signs, and I'll make special notation of what those are as well. I might do an example specifically about those in a moment. And some other escape characters as well. Also some tricks about using SQL views to simplify the queries that you need, which can then be generated on the fly to query from the view if you really want to be only querying a subset of the full data set. But that's the gist. So if we delete this, we fit this nicely to the components, we expand it a little bit so you can see that. Oh, wanted to do one more thing. Based on this criteria, we wanted to say this is sales tax collections for Worcester County in month 2 of 2001. Well, to do that, we might ought to do a couple quick things. For one, it's a little bit weird to make requests based on month 1, month 2, etc. So we can do differently with that if we'd like. We could say that this is month name. How would we do this? Sure. We'll do a month name field. So month name, and this is January, February, etc. Excel's smart enough, I think. There we go. We could actually have our little menu be pulling from that label list and be populating this cell, perhaps. These should not be color-coded. We'll clear all formatting there. But we'll use this as a temporary drop, and we'll use a VLOOKUP to get at this data. Show you how that works. Currently the cell is dropping directly in there. That's nice, but you can't always trust that to happen. So here we'll say let's drop this menu in our destination of here in the orange, and then we'll make this red, which will drop the text name there. Then we'll make this red say equal VLOOKUP this cell. We're going to look up the name that's there in this range, right? In field column index 2, because it's the second column over, range lookup false. We're looking for an exact match. And if you just hit down to that and then hit tab, it'll close it nicely out. Close parentheses, enter. Not applicable because there's nothing dropped in there, but say this said January, then that's back to 1. And so quite simply, we're going to continue to recalculate these guys with that VLOOKUP. So if you look here, that's the syntax that we use for that. So again, D6 is where it says January. D11 to E22 is the green. Number 2 is column number 2 in that green array, and then false for an exact match. So let's see how that works. Now if I pick April, sure enough, it's picking April, but it's actually building my query with the number. And again, we don't have October data yet, so if I go back to 09 and look at October, we've got that stuff. So now I want my subtitle, though, to reflect some of this stuff on the fly rather than saying sample subtitle. No problem. So I can say, make a new little area that's my labeling. So here I can say subtitle. And I'll make these guys a nice green or something. And this will be my subtitle. And this, again, we're using the concatenate function just to say, we want it to say January 2001, Worcester County. So we can just do any combination of things. We could say January and comma space and 2001 and space for space county name. Oops, I lost it. And space for space and county name and space county, close quotes, enter. And you get this nice little text string reference. Oops, we need a space here. For space county. January 2001 for Worcester County. So, we now can bind our subtitle to that cell. And let's see what we think. Let's save that and let's preview that to see how we're doing. Bingo. February 2011 Worcester. Sales tax collections February 2011 for Worcester County. March 2011 for Worcester County. And the data changes as well. May 2011 for Worcester County. And the data changes as well. Notice how this says Series 1. Well, say we wanted that to say something else that's more meaningful. Maybe we want it to say May 2011 like the other. And so indeed, we can come in here and put series name and do the same kind of thing, equals this and space quote, comma, space, quote, and so that's just putting a text string in there, and this. So now you just get nice January 2001, and that'll be put in there right as the series name, so you'll basically be able to see it's food and beverage for January 2001 for Worcester County. And sure enough, if we would say, go down here to series. Here it defaults to series 1. Let's just change that name to this cell here. And last time we preview that. And we've got March 2011 general merchandise and the total amount. That's the concept.